Hi, this is Anandan and I have this special program for you called as Exclaim. The very meaning of the word exclaim is to find yourself as a surprise, and that's what this program is. Exclaim also shows how to handle your behavior, how to handle your work as well. So I've named it also as Let Me Behave Myself. Exclaim is all about life and all about celebrating life. So when we get into this program, this is what I would be learning from you to understand you better, how you would want your life to be in these three major aspects of life, three major parts of life, three major things in life which we have. The first thing is the identity, which we call as ourselves, the self, myself, me, you, the identity. The second aspect which we will be talking about is behavior. I call it being and having together is behavior. Who am I being and what am I having is the question. That's behavior. Talking about the third aspect which we'll be discussing is about work, which is a very important aspect. Most of us have the problem of looking at work as a burden sometimes, or most of the times. I don't know, depends upon our identities and culture, workplace, and all those things. Sometimes we look at it like, oh, it's an obligation, but then you got to love work. How do you find the balance between life and work? How do you find the balance between work and life? This is the idea that we want to promote through Exclaim. So three aspects we're going to talk about, which is relevant to life. So if you want to celebrate life, you need to celebrate yourself. You need to celebrate your behavior. You need to celebrate your work. So what have I done? I've drawn graphs. I've brought in some assessments. I've brought in some role plays. I've brought in some good case studies for you guys to spend 2 days to just celebrate life. So when I talk about self, when it is working against life, sometimes we might be against our own lives. What happens? So we draw a graph between self and life. So we have the true self, the false self. We have the true life and the false life. So where are we living? And when we draw this graph, we are in four states, which I call it as the zero state, which we would understand when we meet face to face and talk about it. The zeal state, the effort state, the raging state, as well as the obsolete state. We could be in perfect zeal in the morning, land up in the obsolete by afternoon, or maybe in an hour's time. We don't know. So we need to discuss this. This is what we're going to learn in the first session of Exclaim. We're going to understand what really is my life. Who am I? The question when people ask us, who am I? What is myself? The second thing which we will be talking about is behavior. As I told you, behavior as defined by me is to be and to have, so being and having. So this behavior aspect, since I am an advanced administrator in extended DISC, I would be bringing in the DISC assessment, the extended DISC assessment, so that you go through it to understand both your natural profile and your perceived profile, so that you understand where you stand exactly at any point in life. Most of you all know, I'm sure, what DISC is all about. It's dominance, influence, steadiness, and compliance. The third aspect which we'll be talking about is life and work balance, or you don't put life above anything else. That's what I really want to talk about. That's what you need to really understand as well. So life getting betrothed to work, in the sense life is married to work. That's how it looks most of the time. The relationship with you and your work is so close. So we're going to talk about another graph which we drew between work and life. So you have strategic work, non-strategic work against a life which is expressed and beautiful, energized, and a life which is totally full of stress. So when we draw this, we have four the quadrants where you fit in. I call this as the dice, which says you are determined or involved, or you are capable, or you're exposed. Again, only when we meet and when you go through these quadrants, you would understand where you really stand, where you really are. So putting this as a wonderful package, Exclaim is finding out the surprise that you are. And also the fact that you understand how expressive you are. I'm going to help you to understand between influence and professionalism. Very important aspect. How well I can express depends upon how influential I am and how professional I am. We're going to work on this together. So understanding these three beautiful aspects of life, without which life it looks complicated. When I say beautiful, it means true life, which composes of the true self, the right behavior, and the right kind of work that you need to do. Passionate, right out of the heart, creative, right there. So I would be helping you to understand how to relate to things rather than react to things. I would be helping you understand how to move away from being impulsive to being spontaneous. Because being impulsive is not focused, whereas being spontaneous is strategic and focused. So these are some things that I want to leave you with, but I hope to see you face to face so that we will understand and learn together. Exclaim, just made for you are a surprise.